Viewers, while Chennai residents had their eyes on the skies for the spectacular Indian Air Force Airshow, there was tragedy unfolding on the ground. What was to be a stunning event in the city after a gap of about 20 years turned into a tragedy with 5 spectators losing their lives. They had no clue that they are going to watch an air show, but they will never come back alive. And there were 100 others who were hospitalized. What is the reason? Well, poor planning, bad execution, and a shameful lack of basic facilities. Look at the visuals that we are now showing to you on your screens. On one side are the mantris who were sitting very comfortably, and they were seen sipping water as well, enjoying their refreshments and having a good time, oblivious to the suffering that the people of Chennai were going through on the ground. Now, away from this VIP seating were lakhs of people in the scorching heat, jostling for space with no facilities in sight. The event happened between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, remember, that's the time when sun is at the peak, and there wasn't enough water available for lakhs of people who had come to attend this event. As the event ended, lakhs of people who tried to exit simultaneously led to absolute chaos on the ground. So there was clearly no adequate police deployment. And while medical facilities were deployed, it was just not enough for the kind of crowd this event had attracted. There weren't adequate availability of drinking water facilities as well, and no crowd management or public announcement systems in place. Political blame game is now raging over who is to be blamed for the casualties, for the people who've lost their lives. Opposition parties are holding the DMK government solely responsible for this mismanagement. They are demanding answers and accountability from the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin. Listen in.
While M.K. Stalin and his family are happy to watch the show in an air-cooled, air-conditioned makeshift tent, the common man have to walk for 5 to 10 kilometers to watch this air show, to express his solidarity and patriotism. Not only that, there were no public address system that could guide the people who had come for the event, where to go, what to fetch where. There were no booths distributing water. There were no medical assistance available immediately. There is no traffic management. People who want to get out of the event were not able to do so. It's a complete mismanagement and completely lack of planned event ever in the history. If Mas Subramaniam has any one element of empathy and self-consciousness, he should resign as the health minister.
Is this the DMK government's Dravida model of utter negligence and incompetence? Yesterday's tragic events at the Chennai Air Force show very clearly showed that the state government led by the DMK was clearly incapable and unprepared to deal with this event. The DMK government, rather than trying to shift the blame and the responsibility, should accept responsibility for the loss of lives and the tragedy which occurred yesterday.
First of all, it's very unfortunate. I really feel sorry for the lives which we have lost and all the sufferings of the people and the people who have admitted in the hospital. I wish them speedy recovery. But total mismanagement, total unprediction. They have predicted, according to me, 15 lakhs. They have predicted, but they have not made any arrangements. And the people were unable to see the Air Force show with ease, with comfort, because for the past 1 month they were advertising for that, and even the Air Force authorities have mentioned that you come with umbrella. Even that information also only from Air Force. The state government have not done any arrangements. They have not proactively, they have not conducted any meeting when compared to the car show which they had. The Deputy Chief Minister was almost on roads seeing all the arrangements, but here they did not see anything. They did not care about the people. And they are telling, no, we did not predict. But few days back itself, previous days itself, they were predicting there will be Rimka record and more than 50 lakh people will be visiting the venue. And it is the show liked by the children. So more children were in the venue. So no arrangements. Very, very unfortunate. I heard the press meet of Honorable Health Minister. The press was asking how many tanks of water has been arranged. They don't know adequate arrangement. What is that adequate arrangement? So I will verify it. If it is an administration, a proper administration, they would have told so many tanks, so many places, and so many vehicles. How many vehicles to move in the sand they arranged? How many two-wheeler ambulances they arranged? Most of the people who lost their lives, actually they were fainted and without any care only. If they would have given proper care, we could have saved their lives. And another thing, no water, no arrangement. And after the program also, actually, okay, they didn't predict, but people moved. That movement itself, the police could have predicted, because all the bus stops, all the railways, so these people are moving towards Marina. So what could have been the arrangement? If they didn't make the arrangement previously, immediately on war foot, they would have done it. So for what that administration or what the government known, for what that corporation is that one thing. And another thing, very coolly he is telling, only a few people are only by dehydration because not of crowd. You would have seen the media itself projected, and continuously people were telling, no, we did not have any facilities. It was too much crowded.
Now, viewers, it's not just the opposition calling out the DMK government. Its own allies have also now demanded accountability. DMK's ally VCK questioned why the government did not anticipate the crowd and calling out the lack of facilities and arrangements at the venue, saying sufficient facilities were not there and loss of life was indeed due to insufficient attention. The DMK government says 40 ambulances and scores of paramedical staff were at the spot. 100 beds and 65 doctors were kept ready at government hospitals. But look at the shocking defense of the DMK. The DMK has now shifted the blame to the Indian Air Force, saying that this is an event organized by the IAF. They say that all arrangements were made in accordance with what was requested by the Indian Air Force. What's more, in their bizarre defense is that they are saying it's not possible to deploy 15 lakh police officials for a crowd of 15 lakh. Listen in.
ஃபிளாஷ் நியூஸை போட்டு உங்க ரேட்டிங் இதுல கூட்டிக்கணும். இல்ல எனக்கு தெரியும் நீங்க என்ன டிவில இருந்து மறுக்கறீங்கன்ட்டு. இது ரேட்டிங் இன்க்ரீஸ் பண்ற இல்லங்க. ஏங்க இப்போ நீங்க நான் இத திரும்பி அரசு.
See, this is conducted by the Indian Air Force, and the crowd which the Marina can hold. We cannot place chairs everywhere with this kind of a crowd. Even you can see in temple functions, sometimes such things occur because of the anxiety of the people. But whatever the DMK do, they want to accuse. Immediately there were more than 100 people were taken to the hospitals